Launching the stream now on TikTok and on Twitch and YouTube, sorry. Popping out the Twitch chat. TikTok, YouTube's doing that weird thing again. There we go, where it doesn't show my live stream straight away. Popping out the Twitch chat. Okay, pop out the YouTube chat. Okay, and we are live on all platforms. Lovely. A little bit late, but not too bad. Hello everybody, hi, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Welcome back to Minecraft Monday. How's everyone doing? Everyone had a good weekend? Hi Dagger, how you doing? Okay, let me dive straight on in. So welcome back to Minecraft Monday. We got an exciting one today. I've been looking forward to this one because today we are finally going to start building some trains. It's been a long time coming. It's been something I've wanted to get started with for a while now, but I think it's time. I think it's time to start connecting up our various outposts and connect them up with the main base. So today we're going to start making some trains, start building some rail infrastructure. And I've done a little bit off camera to prepare for this. I'll just show you, I've laid a little bit of track just as a guideline for where we're going to build from. There we go, you'll see as everything loads in. I've laid a small section just here in front of the factory and a little line that actually goes into the factory itself. But here's the plan. Let's head over to the actual factory. It'll take a minute for the lag to dissipate because we just loaded in. In fact, while it's doing that, I better make sure we are actually on the right settings. Yep, should be good. Okay, there we go. It should soon clear up. So the plan is, if we head over to the factory right now, you can see that we've got a little bit of a spur coming into the factory, which is where most of our trains are going to be moving for the time being. We're actually only going to build one train for now, and that's going to hopefully do everything that we need. Thanks for the heart me, Draydog, by the way. But basically the plan is trains are going to be transporting stuff from our main factory here to our various different outposts, such as the iron mine. You can see there the iron mining drill is almost 2,000 meters away in that direction. So basically there's going to be a train which is going to go from here to the iron mine. It's just going to go back and forth. It's going to gather raw materials. It's going to gather the raw iron and bring it back to the factory, but it's also going to take biodiesel to the factory to keep the machine topped up and to refuel everything. So the plan is we need a train which can transport both goods and fuel, and the plan is we are going to build this. We're going to build well, I'll show you the individual pieces. I've got some models, fortunately, for us to work off for reference. So the engine is going to be a BR Class 08 shunter. which is, you know, like the iconic shunting engine. It's one of the smallest engines that I could realistically come up with, because it all has to fit, the full train has to fit inside the factory. So that's the engine. Then we're also going to build a simple little open truck to transport the iron ore, and we're also going to have a little tanker, like this one, to transport the biodiesel. So that, by the end of this stream, we should have built something a bit like this in Minecraft. That's the plan. Now, I have already got blueprints. I've already designed the train that we're going to be building in my creative testing world. So all we really need to do is set up a place to actually start building it, and then provide the materials. So, the plan is... how long have you been live for? I've only just started, Noah. Your factory's looking amazing. Thank you, Draydog. Thank you very much. So over here, we're going to do a little bit of terraforming. Now, I don't normally enjoy terraforming. I like to try and maintain the natural landscape as much as possible. I don't like just flattening huge areas of land. But the thing is, with railways, with train track, you kind of have to do a bit of flattening, because, you know, trains don't do well with hills. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and keep the railways at Y level 76, which is what we're currently at. So we will have to dig a little bit of a cut-in through here. But if we head round the other side of this little hill, it starts to level off again on the other side, and you can see that it goes down quite a bit here. So this area here, we're going to kind of flatten it off. And this is going to be where we build our rail yard. This is where all our trains will then be built in future, and we can use it for storing trains that aren't being used as well. So that's it. That's the first thing we're going to do, is start extending the train track in that direction. Let's go and see how much train track we got. I like your jumper. Thank you, Anais Bouquet. Thank you very much. I love this jumper. Got little flowers on it. Yeah, the weather's getting colder again now, so probably going to be wearing a lot more jumpers and a lot less crop tops in my upcoming live streams. Hi Tom on YouTube, how are you doing? Okay, we've got 801 train tracks. Lovely. We'll just grab a couple of stacks for now then. And as mentioned in the last stream when we set up the track factory, we're using standard gauge tracks with dark oak sleepers, because when I think of train tracks, this is what I think of. These are like your quintessential train tracks, you know. You can make them with other materials. You can use any kind of wood for the sleepers, as well as certain types of stone. So if you want to make a more modern looking track with like concrete sleepers, you have that option as well. And you can also do a variety of gauges. You can do broad gauge or narrow gauge, but we're just keeping it simple with nice standard gauge and dark oak sleepers. Now, I'm probably not going to actually dig all of this with an iron shovel, because we'll be here all day if I do that. We could use the copy-paste gadget. We figured out a little bit of an exploit with the copy-paste gadget, where you can kind of just use it to void blocks. So we could use that to cut a big hole, but it wouldn't drop anything. We wouldn't get any of the dirt, or... I mean, I guess we don't really need to collect up any of the dirt. We've already got plenty of it. So let's try that. Let's try and use the copy-paste gadget for this. Because all we got to do then is copy something like... Hold on, if I can get up here. Something like this. No, more like... There. Okay, if we copy that, basically what we've done is we've copied the air. So when we paste it, we're just pasting nothing. Which is a little bit cheaty. But, you know, we'll use the tools at our disposal, right? So what should happen is... Okay, well, I might have pasted it a bit low there. Let's try it again up here. Oh, this is strange. I might have copied the wrong area. So we're already off to a good start. Let me go and get some more dirt. I tell you what we should do, actually. What's the gravel situation like? No, that's an obituary. We need gravel and a bit of dirt. Okay, you go back in there. What we'll do is we'll build a short section of track as well, and then we can also copy and paste that. Okay, let me just fill this in. Nun na Kluster. How are you doing? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to fill this in with gravel, and we're going to lay a little bit of track. Ellie says, can't remember what void gadgets need, so I don't know if you can build it yet. Well, we're kind of using the copy paste gadget as a void gadget anyway, Ellie, because like I say, we can copy and paste air. That's what I was trying to do just then, but I didn't copy it right. But if we do it again here, if we copy from... The problem is I don't want to select that top block. Okay, well, if we place... And then... There we go. Okay, this should work. This should work. So if we switch to paste now... This should paste the air. So it effectively works the same as if we were... There we go. So it's like using a void gadget without actually having to make one. Hey, Puddle, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're going to just repeat that process a few more times. Basically until we run out of gravel, which is going to be right now. There we go, we're out of gravel. Okay. We're going to need quite a lot of gravel because for the sake of realism, I am using gravel for the ballast underneath the track, which means we need loads of it. We need 5 pieces of gravel per each piece of track because the track bed that I'm building is 5 blocks wide. So for every stack of train track, we're going to need 5 stacks of gravel. Now, where are we going to get all that gravel? I think we should probably just go and mine some for now. In fact, if there's a gravel beach somewhere, we could go and get some from there. Is that a gravel beach? That's a gravel beach. Okay. I think we might have a waystone near there. Although, we should probably make some diamond shovels as well. I'm freezing. What the fuck's happening? It is very cold today, Puddle. I know. I think summer's over. That's it now. Okay, I'm going to make a couple of diamond picks. And since we've got 49 levels of XP, we'll enchant them as well. Why not? Oh shit, we need lapis. I should put a little chest full of lapis up there near the chanting table. Hey, Marika. Looking good. You had a good weekend? I did, thank you. How are we Minecrafting this day? I'll dive over to TikTok to hang out with the rest of the class. Nice one, Marika. It's going good so far. We're going to be building a train today. We're doing some training. But first we got to lay some actual train track to build the trains on. So that's what we're doing right now. Okay, efficiency and unbraking, that'll do. And efficiency. Lovely. Right, now we'll go and mine as much gravel as we can lay our hands on. This is Minecraft, not Train Sim. I will turn any game into Train Sim, Marika, believe me. I think Azure Mirrors is the closest waystone, right? Wait, do we have one at the witch hut there? We don't. Oh wait, all of that's gravel beach as well. I didn't even realise. There's a huge gravel beach right there. Okay, we'll go to that one then. Although, actually, there's quite a lot of gravel here as well in the Yellowstone biome, so we could just grab some of this first. You know, why walk all the way over there? Now, unfortunately, we are going to get quite a lot of flint as well, which we don't actually want right now. Oh, in the water already. Which part of the UK is this? That famous Yellowstone part of the UK. Grimsby says Puddle. Yep. Anyone who lives in the north has had a great day out at Yellowstone Park in Grimsby. Okay, how are we doing? We got 5.5 stacks. That's not bad for now. We know that we've got a essentially constant supply of it over here, so we don't need to get every single block that we're going to need right now. We can just come back. Oh shit, I'm stuck. We can just come back and grab more as needed. Okay, Ashford Industries, and this way. God, it always causes so much lag whenever you teleport by the waystone. Because it's got to reload the whole world. Okay, let's repaste this one so we get the gravel where it should be. I think that stone, I think that block of dirt is included in the paste. So it keeps putting down a fresh block. There we go. Oh, we need to go higher as well. We need to clear higher. I'm not going to do a tunnel because I think it'd just end up being a really short tunnel. So I think we will do a proper cut-in. Although, okay, let's just carry on as we are for now and see how long the tunnel is going to be. If it's quite short, we can just cut the top off and have it completely open. I tell you though, this the copy and paste gadget is a lifesaver. All the building gadgets are such useful pieces of kit. Let's try that again. And again, we might have to paste a few times here because we're going over a hole. So some of the gravel is going to keep falling in. There we go. Okay, we're at the other side. I guess this could be long enough to turn it into an actual tunnel. It depends how high it needs to be as well. Obviously, we are building these... The trains that we're building are going to be inspired by British rolling stock, which have got quite a small loading gauge, so the tunnels won't need to be too tall. I think the trains that I've got planned are 5 blocks tall at their highest. And this tunnel is currently 5 blocks tall. So if we take it 1 block higher, just so that there's a little bit of headroom as well, I think we could have a little tunnel here. I think it makes more sense to have it as a tunnel than to cut the top off and have it be just a really deep cut-in. There we go. Okay, and again. And again. And one more. I think this will be the last one, and then we'll open out into the rail yard area. Oh, we ran out of gravel again. No matter, no matter. This is good. This is it. Okay, so ignore the tree. The trees will be gone. You can see that this area here is flatter than what we've just tunneled through. So this area here is where we're gonna start building our rail yards. We're gonna lay down some more track. We're gonna have extra sidings to store all the trains in. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Hi Tessa, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I'm telling my friends to follow you. That's fine, Marika. I encourage you to do so. Everyone tell your friends. The more the merrier, you know? Okay, nothing in there except a shitload of sandpaper. Long story, I accidentally crafted a stack of sandpaper. But sandpaper's not stackable, so it was actually 64 stacks of sandpaper. Ow, fallen in a hole. God, we have devastated the natural environment here. Look at this. Look, I'm an environmentalist, you know. In real life, I'm very passionate about the environment, but in Minecraft, I'm the exact opposite. In Minecraft, it's, you know, pollution to the max, destroy as much natural beauty as possible. But maybe an exaggeration. I do try to preserve as much of the landscape as possible, but I don't mind going to some really far away place and just digging a huge hole in the ground if that's what it needs, if that's what it takes to get the resources that I need. Piss Bottle says far gut, which I think was a thinly veiled attempt at a slur, but it doesn't really work because it doesn't sound anything like that in my accent. Nice try though. Okay, let's head back. Look at this. It's awful. Okay, back home. Oh, the lag. I think the chunk loaders might be contributing to the frame rate as well at this point, because we have got quite a few of those positioned around to keep all of our mining drills running. And obviously, the more chunk loaders you have employed, the more it's going to eat up at your resources. There we go. And let's have another for good luck. There we go. Okay. What about the tunnel? Because this is messy. This is quite a mess. At the minute, it's literally just a big hole that goes through a hill. But I don't know if I really want to spend too much time on this today, because I want to get on with building the actual trains. So I think we'll leave the tunnel just as it is for now, and we'll sort of finesse it a little bit in future. Like, we can replace the sides with some nice stone bricks to, you know, to create the sides of the tunnel, and we can obviously add a roof to the tunnel as well. Elias says, "Can't hear you, mate." I'm going to assume that you're lying, Elias, because you've joined my stream before and said that, and every single time you can hear me. If someone can confirm, are there any audio problems? I don't think there are. I think he's just bullshitting, but let me know. Can you actually hear me? We can hear you. Thank you, Puddle. No problems? Okay, good. The dulcet tones of the north. Thank you. Thank you, Marika. Right, what shall we do then? Okay, we'll leave the tunnel. Like I say, we'll leave the tunnel. We'll tidy that up a bit in future. For now, let's concentrate on building the rail yard sort of area. And this time we're essentially gonna employ a similar trick with the copy and paste gadget. But this time, because we're covering over some ground as well, because we're covering over a little bit of a hole, I'm going to put a layer of dirt underneath the gravel so that it doesn't immediately fall down when we paste it. Which pronouns, says Ted? She, her. Thanks for asking, Ted. Thanks for following, Bubbles. Okay, copy, and this time we're going to copy and paste a smaller section for now, because this is essentially just a little bit of gravel, a little gravel pad. But once we've pasted a few more of these, we can then copy a larger area. What item is this? Says Donut. This is the building gadget from Building Gadgets 2. Well, this is the copy and paste gadget, actually. There's also a building gadget and a void gadget. But this one actually can do the job of all of them, really, if you use it right. But basically, it just allows us to copy and paste an area. Obviously, you have to have the actual blocks. You can't. It doesn't just like make blocks out of thin air. You do actually have to have them in your inventory. But it just saves a bit of time on the actual building. There we go. Now you can see it really pulling its weight. What keyboard do you have? Says DRFC Cody. I have a Trust GXT Astra 365, I think it's called. Not exactly a high range keyboard. It cost me like 40 quid, I think. You'd have to check out my PC cost video to find out exactly how much it was, but if I remember correctly, it was only like 30-40 quid. But it's pretty good for what it is. Sounds clicky. Yeah, but I like a clicky keyboard. Okay, I didn't copy that correctly. Let's try that again. Are we at the right height here? Now we are. Oh, it's falling down. Why is it falling down? Because we don't have dirt. Hold on, let me just go and get some dirt. Fortunately, we've got dirt for days. We got so much dirt. Because we got a load of dirt when we dug out the foundations for the main factory building. In fact, we got so much of it that I've kept it in a separate storage area because I didn't want it filling up the... I didn't want to fill up the vault with like 100 stacks of dirt. We've got much more important things to put in there. How are we doing for gravel, by the way? We're kind of running low on that as well. But we can always go and get some more. Okay, fill in these holes. That's better. Why is it? It keeps doing that. Am I? Odd. Okay, but now what we can do is we can copy and paste this whole huge area from here to... Oh, yeah, there we go. Stop switching hands. And if we head to about here, maybe? Oh. Brilliant. We've ran out of gravel again, but it's getting there. It's coming along. Thanks for the donuts, Marika. In fairness, I should have probably gathered some gravel off camera, because I knew that we were going to be building this today, and I knew we were going to be using quite a lot of gravel to do it. But, you live and learn. At least it's quick to mine. God, this is deep as well. Wow. I didn't realise how deep it went. Ooh, iron ore. Don't really need it. Oh, stop giving me so much flint. I don't need any flint right now. I need the gravel. Hey, Horse Lover on Twitch. Can't be on TikTok today. I'm having problems with it working. No worries, Horse Lover. As if you want to watch on Twitch, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to try and get as much gravel as I possibly can this time. Basically, however much I think I'm going to need, I'm actually going to need at least 5 times more than that. So, I mean, really just... I'm just going ham on it right now, just getting as much as I can possibly get. Okay, our inventory's full, but we've got backpack space, so let's pile it on in and keep going. I'm going to sleep as well, because I don't want a creeper just falling into this hole and costing me 48 XP levels, or however many I've got right now. 43. Now, does the building gadget take stuff out of my backpack? I'm not sure if it does. I'm not sure if I need to have the gravel in my actual inventory or if it'll build with materials that are in my backpack. I guess we'll find out. How much was your keyboard? About 40 quid, HM. If I remember correctly. Okay, back home again. I'll get some more dirt out as well. We don't have any other use for this dirt. We may as well just put it to good use for this, you know, for laying the foundations here for this rail yard. Okay, here we go. Gravel, dirt there, and paste. It does paste from my backpack. Nice one. So I don't even have to have the gravel and dirt in my inventory. They can be in the backpack and it'll still paste them. Very handy. Oh shit, did I go a block too high there? Oh, bollocks, I did. Shit. Okay, there's a solution to this. I can copy some of the air as well, and that should fix the problem. There we go. It'll paste a couple of grass blocks too, but it is what it is. There we go. It gets rid of the gravel that I accidentally placed on the top. Oh, it placed some track as well. Lovely. Well, we don't actually want that there just yet. I can fill in... The thing is, I can fill in small gaps manually. I can just go around with a bit of gravel and fill in any bits that, for whatever reason, haven't filled in properly, like this. But this is still so much quicker than if I'd been going around by hand and building this entire huge floor of gravel, right? Oh, I think it's because it's pasting a little bit of air from the end there, and it's pasted more train track as well. Okay, let's see if we can get a good copy with no air and no train track in it. Just gravel and dirt. Go from here to here. There we go, that's a nice big area. And can we pop it there? Beautiful, that's what we like to see. That's exactly what I was hoping for when I decided to use this thing in the first place. There we go, it's still causing problems though. We've run out of dirt? No way have we run out of dirt again already. The thing is, it still feels like a really slow process, even though it is a lot quicker than doing this all by hand. It just feels slow because we're constantly having to go back and get more materials. We're almost at gravel again already. And look at it, it's barely a speck on the minimap. That's disheartening. Okay, more dirt. What are you building, says Kyle? We're building a rail yard, Kyle. We're trying to build space for our trains. Because we've got a few... Well, we're going to be building a few trains. Today I'm going to try and build my first train. But there'll be a lot more eventually as well, and this is going to be basically where we keep them all, where we build them, and stuff like that. Just a general rail area. Okay, let's pop this here. And then I'm just looking at the ground level here. We should be able to go across like this. Is that going to be a block too high? Yes, it is. Let's not make that mistake again. Thanks, no worries, Kyle. Just move these trees. This is by far the messiest build we've done so far as well. But I'll clean it up. I'll clean it up off camera. As long as we got space to start laying the track, that's the main thing. Are we out of gravel again? We are. We're out of gravel. Oh, there's only a small gap left now, though. If we can just fill that gap in, I think that's enough space for us to work with for today. So we'll go and get a little bit more gravel, a few more stacks, and that'll be enough for now. Okay, Azure Murez. I'm gonna say 5 stacks. No, 8 stacks. Nine stacks. Let's just mine. Don't worry about the numbers. Just mine and see what you get. Okay, how much we got so far? Not even 5 stacks. It's not actually as fast as it feels. It feels like you're getting stacks and stacks and stacks, but it actually does still take a while. Even with this mining speed, it still takes a while to get a significant amount of gravel collected. And it doesn't help that a lot of it is being turned into flint as well, which we don't want. We don't want any flint right now. We got more than enough flint. Okay, that's more than 9 stacks. Okay, we're good. We're good. This will be enough now. Hi, Saul. How you doing? I'm doing good, Harry. How are you doing today? Oh. Oh, better sleep. It is night. Just... That's the one thing that I don't like about the shader that I'm using, is you can't tell when it's dark enough to sleep. Like, it looks like it's dark enough to sleep, but it isn't. That happens a lot. Oh, we're nearly out of train track as well, by the way. Let me grab some more of that. I mean, we might as well just take as much of it as we can carry, because we got space in our backpack for any extra. I'm really hoping we can get the actual train built by the end of the stream. So we're going to lay a little bit of track, and then we are going to get into the train building portion of the stream, which I'm very excited for. Looking forward to building some trains. There we go. Why do you keep doing this? What? Why? This is the problem with using gravel, right? This is like the major drawback of gravel is that it's affected by gravity, so it will occasionally just do that for no reason whatsoever. Oh, thanks for following Key and Glenn. Thank you very much. Oh, I don't know what's happened over here, but there's so much gravel has fallen here. Not that. Okay, this is looking a bit more substantial now. We got a nice big gravel area. It looks really empty at the minute, but these train tracks will very quickly fill out the space. There's going to be lots and lots of train track in this area. These leaves should decay by themselves. Oh no, some of them have still got trunks. And weirdly, some of them don't decay instantly when you break the trunks, but some do. It's very peculiar. No, not that. I don't want to hoe the ground. I think we'll get rid of this tree as well. And probably this one, because it's just such a mess. Actually, no, we don't need to get rid of that one. We can just break these leaves around it. Hello, Daniel. How are you doing today? Oh shit, we broke our axe. We don't have another axe. We could make a diamond axe. We got enough diamonds now for that. And we'll go ahead and enchant it as well, why not? What you building? We're building space for our rail yard at the minute. It's looking pretty big now, so we're probably going to stop in a minute and start actually building the trains. Good, what about you? I'm good, I'm good. I've got trains on the brain this week, though. I've been working on my train sim mod as well, which is coming along very well. Got a lot of work done on it yesterday and this morning. There we go. That's try and make it look a little bit natural around the edges. How's life? Not been on the live in ages. It's been good. Yeah, it's I've been quite busy in general lately because I've been sorting out my some of my legal documents. I've got a new driver's license. I've got a new bank card, and I'm just in the process of getting my new passport at the minute. And that's pretty much all the legal documents that I can change at the moment. I can't change my birth certificate without a gender recognition certificate, which I'm not really interested in pursuing at the moment anyway. But the passport, driving license, and bank card are kind of the big three anyway when it comes to like ID documents. So once I've got all three of those changed, I'll be very happy. There we go, that'll do. Okay, this is looking pretty good now. One last thing I want to do is extend it a little bit further this way. Not looking forward to name changing after I get married, says Puddle. Yeah, it's a bit of a hassle. Although, honestly, the bank was a lot easier than I was expecting. Because I'm with Santander, and it says on Santander's website that if you want to change your name, you have to provide an ID document with your new name on it. You don't, actually. You just need a deed poll. So I literally just went to the bank. I said, can I change my name on my bank account? I said, I've got ID. They said, we don't need ID. Just need a deed poll and your current bank cards. And they changed it. Which might not be the most secure thing in the world, because anyone could, like, I don't know, walk into the bank with my deed poll and bank card and get my bank account name changed. But, I mean, it was easy. It did make it a lot easier when I was actually trying to change my own documents. And to be honest, the driving license wasn't too big of a deal either, really. Oh, I say driving license, it's a provisional license, I don't have a full driving license, but that wasn't too difficult either, to be honest. I just sent them my deed poll and some documents from HMRC confirming my new name. The only thing that's really been trouble is my passport. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get your passport changed as a trans person in the UK. There's a lot of hoops you got to jump through because you have to provide a document from a medical professional which states that your change of gender is likely to be permanent. Now, unfortunately, my GP refused to give me that letter. I asked for a letter. They wrote a letter that just said, Saul wants to change the gender on their passport. Please do this for them, which obviously was not good enough for the passport office, so they asked me to get another letter which was, which contained the specific wording that they needed. But my GP refused to do that. He said, nope, I've already given you a letter, I'm not going to write you another one. And on the whole, has been generally pretty uncooperative about it. And obviously there's nothing you could do about it, because the NHS as a whole is not the most trans-friendly organisation, so you can't really go to another GP and say, well, this GP, refused to write this document for me. There's not really any framework to report stuff like that. My GP's actually trans, so that might have been easier. Damn, I wish my GP was trans. That would have made my life so much easier in so many ways. But yeah, unfortunately, it didn't happen. I couldn't get a letter from my GP, so what I've done instead is I've just written a letter myself, which I've heard from a few people that it can work. It's weird because according to the official guidelines on the Passport Office website, if you are... Oh, I've accidentally placed two temporary waypoints. According to the official guidelines from the Passport Office, if you are transgender and you want to change the gender on your passport, you need a letter from a medical professional, but you don't need a letter from a medical professional if you're a cross-dresser. You can just write a letter to the Passport Office saying, I'm not transgender, actually, I'm just a cross-dresser, so can I get my gender changed on my passport? And that works. That works. You can do that. Which I don't think you could even call it transphobic. It's just nonsensical. The fact that a cross-dresser can get a passport in their preferred gender, but a trans person, an actual trans person, has to get medical proof. Like there's literally just an extra step there for no reason whatsoever. Like that's just pure transphobia, So what I've done, basically, I've written a letter to the Passport Office that says, yeah, I'm a cross-dresser. I'm not a cross-dresser, but I've written a letter saying I'm a cross-dresser. Can you please change the gender on my passport? And we'll see if that works. Thanks for following, Elias. That's the British government for you, folks. Completely nonsensical. Like I say, you can't even. I wouldn't even call it transphobic, to be honest. Because if it was transphobic, then you just wouldn't let anyone change their gender on their passport, right? The nonsensical part about it is that if you're a cross-dresser, you can change the gender on your passport, but if you're a transgender person, you have to get medical permission. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like I don't even understand the logic behind it. My GP has the trans flag in a frame above her desk. That's so lovely, Puddle. Honestly, I wish I had a GP who was either trans themselves or at least a bit more accepting. Unfortunately, despite the fact that medical professionals are not supposed to let their personal opinions get in the way of medical practice, they do. A lot of GPs are transphobic, and even though they're not legally allowed to be transphobic, they are allowed to just kind of shrug their shoulders and say, no, I'm not going to help you. Which is what a lot of them do. And obviously, you can't prove that it's for transphobic reasons, because they can just say, no, I just... You know, they can talk their way out of it, basically. Anyway, enough talk about GPs and transphobia. Let's talk about happier things. The point is, I have got my new driver's license, and I have also got my new bank card. If the passport office accepts the cover letter that I've written, hopefully I'll have a new passport soon as well. So we can put this whole affair behind us and move forward. Different thing, but along the same lines. I'm trying to get a PMDD diagnosis, but they're ignoring me. Oh, honestly, I sympathize with you, Puddle. The thing is, I just think that medical professionals largely don't understand women. Like, if a woman has any medical problem at all, and their GP happens to be a man, the problem will just be completely ignored. Like, I've heard so many stories of GPs just completely ignoring medical conditions that women have. I have so much evidence, like not having a period for 18 months, says Puddle. Yeah, honestly, I've had family members who are experiencing similar stuff. And it's like, it's an uphill battle, you know, just trying to get doctors to understand. Have you changed your setup angle? I haven't, Toffee, no. I use this angle whenever I'm playing games with keyboard and mouse. But I do have a different angle for when I'm playing games with a controller or with my steering wheel. Okay, I promise we're nearly done with the gravel now. I'm getting really bored of this myself. I want to get on with building the train. There's just a little bit more gravel to get to lay down, and then we will get on with the more interesting stuff, which is going to be building the actual train. What you building, says Elias. We're currently making space for our rail yard, Elias. Have you played RDR2? I have played Red Dead Redemption, Harry. Yep. I do enjoy it. I don't know if it's the kind of game that I'd play on stream. There's a few games like that I really enjoy, but I don't think I'd enjoy streaming them. Because the big thing for me, I've said it before, but the big thing for me is when I'm streaming, I like to play a game. I like to make sure that I'm playing a game that's not too hands-on, you know? I like to play a game where you can kind of just sit back and relax, because it gives me more opportunity to chat with you guys. So if it's a game, you know, where there's loads going on and it's quite busy and you know, if it's one of those games where you've kind of got to be locked in, it's not really as suitable for streaming compared to a game like this, you know, where you can just kick back a little bit. I see you using Terralith. We are indeed, Ollie. Love Terralith, one of my favourite mods. I love all the mods from Starmute Labs. Terralith, Incendium, Nullscape, they're all absolutely fantastic. Would you play RDR3 when it comes out? Maybe, maybe. I mean, I have said that I'd consider playing GTA 6 on stream. I think it's only fair that I give Red Dead Redemption a go on stream as well. In 3045, yeah, if it ever comes out. Biome mods make the game have the updates that Mojang are too lazy to make. I mean, I don't agree that Mojang are lazy. I think they get a little bit too much flack for not, you know. I think the problem is you can't please everyone, right? And the fact is, a lot of people enjoy playing with mods like this that add in all these new biomes and completely overhaul the world generation and stuff like that. But some people don't. Some people enjoy, you know, the vanilla Minecraft biomes. And if you add in a huge feature like new biome generation and stuff like that, there's always going to be some people who are like, why did you do that? I preferred it how it was before. You know, I'm not completely excusing Mojang, because they have, you know, they've certainly made decisions that I don't agree with over the years. They've certainly done things that could be considered lazy, but I do feel like when you're a major game developer, you're always going to have to choose between, you know, you're always going to have to draw a line in the sand and say, you know, we can't do this because if we do this, these people aren't going to be happy. If we do that, these people aren't going to be happy. Sometimes they kind of just have to shrug their shoulders and say, we're just going to leave things the way they are because we don't want to upset people by changing it. But you know, that's why we got mods. That's what mods are for, so that if you want to enjoy stuff like this, you can. And I've always said, I've not just about Minecraft, but about any game in general, I've always said that mods can take a good game and make it even better. You know, I play Minecraft with mods, I play Farming Sim with mods, Euro Truck Simulator, Train Simulator. And I truly believe, you know, a good game can only be improved by mods. Doesn't necessarily mean that the game itself is bad. It just means that, you know, you can make it even better with a few mods. Very valid points from you. Thanks, Ollie. The thing is as well, because there are a few, there are quite a lot actually of developers at Minecraft now who have previously been Minecraft modders. Like I think King B-Dogs is a good example. He used to make Minecraft mods and now he actually works for Mojang. And like even he has said, you know, making a mod is very different from making a game update, because there's a lot more thought has to go into it with regards to how the player base is gonna respond to it. You know what I mean? Like if you're making a mod, for example, you're making a mod for a specific group of people. Like I'm making a mod that adds in 50 new biomes, right? You're making that mod for a specific group of people. Whereas if you're making an update, that update's going to be for everyone, right? Every single player is going to have to live with that update, right? Whereas with a mod, if players don't enjoy it, they can just not use that mod, right? So I think that's a big thing as well. Like I say, when you're making a mod, you're making a mod for a specific group of people, but when you're making a game update, that update has to be suitable for every player, which makes it a little bit more restrictive in what you can really achieve. Have you ever hated a game, and if so, why? Says Harry. I wouldn't say there's any games I've outright hated, Harry. There's a few games that I have been less than impressed with. If you are a regular viewer of mine, you'll remember just a couple of months ago we played Roadcraft on stream for the first time, and I was seriously disappointed with Roadcraft because it just wasn't what I was expecting at all. It's a sequel to Mudrunner and SnowRunner, and you know, I could be forgiven for thinking that a sequel to Mudrunner and SnowRunner would be like Mudrunner and SnowRunner, but it isn't. It's a completely different game. For me personally, it just didn't feel anything like the games that came before it. It just felt like such a letdown, and I like I say, I don't necessarily hate it. I'm sure there's people out there who could enjoy it. But it just I felt a little bit cheated. It didn't really feel like what I was promised. It didn't feel like what I was expecting it to be. You should make an online server for your fans so we can all play. Honestly, Zara, I've had that suggestion so many times, and I would absolutely love to do a multiplayer server. But to be honest, at the moment, I can't really justify the expense. I can't really justify paying for a Minecraft server when there's no guarantee that people are actually going to use it. I think maybe when I'm a bit bigger, when we've got a bigger audience, and maybe when I'm making a little bit more money from doing this, we could put some of that towards running a server, because it is definitely something that I want to do at some point. But yeah, not easy. Okay, that's where we're going to leave it for now. That's big enough. There's more than enough space to build a few train tracks. We'll probably clean it up a bit in future and maybe expand it a little bit further as well, particularly in that direction. But this is enough space for us to start laying some tracks. So let's do that, because I want to get on with building the actual train. So far, all we've been doing is placing gravel, basically. I think what we'll do is... I'll do this off camera so that I'm not spending too much time doing it on stream, but I'll extend the gravel as far as it will go until we hit that hill on the other side. I'm going to put a 3-block gap between the tracks, which should be enough to... well, I don't know, because the trains are going to be a little bit wider than the track. The trains will probably occupy a space that's 5 blocks wide. So if we had 2 trains on each track, then there'd only be 1 block of space between. It'll be alright for now. It'll do for now. And then we'll connect this up here. There we go. The problem is we can't really... There's going to be a lot of empty space here because of the tightness of the curves. Like, there's a restriction on how tight the curves can be, and I don't want to make them unrealistically tight either. Like, technically, you can have a curve like this, but that's ridiculously tight. You know, once we got a huge train on there, and it goes round a corner like this, it's just gonna, you know, it's just gonna look weird. It'll stick out too much. So really, we want a curve more like, more like that. That seems like a more realistic curve to have. But if we do that, then we can... Oh, actually, what if we did it diagonally? What if we had a diagonal curve? I'll show you what I mean. If we do something like this, then we can run a track diagonally along here. And then we can have a couple of sidings branching off of that. Oh, this is going to be a problem as well, though. Let's do this. Not enough track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's now a 7-block gap between these two rails. I guess what we can do though is that can be like the through track. That track can just go straight through as like our main line, and then we can have the sidings in like a little, you know, we can separate them a little bit. And 1, 2, 3, that'll be there. Yep, that's good. Okay. And if I clear a little bit more of this off camera, we can fit a third siding in here. But for now, we'll just leave that as a little dead end. So, we've got space now. We've got a little bit of track laid. We can start finally building the actual train. So, I am going to go and make a schematic, because I've already designed the trains that we're going to build in my creative testing world, as usual. We'll get the schematics, and we'll make a checklist of what we need to collect to actually build it. And then we'll get it done. We're going to need 3 train stations as well, and 2 couplers. We got a train station. Well, really, we could do it with just one station for now. Coupler is a train casing, redstone dust, and an iron sheet. We don't have any train casings. Do we have sturdy sheets? We don't. Okay, let's we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. We got 3 empty schematics. That's perfect, because we're going to be making the Class 08 shunter, the open truck, and the tanker. Okay, grab the schematic cannon. Where's the schematic cannon? It's in my backpack. Oh, and the clipboard's in there as well. Good. Thank you for the roses, Harry, by the way. Yo, it's me again. How you doing, Roman? Welcome. We're going to need quite a lot of train casings, actually, because each train is going to need... We're going to need the bogies, which are made with train casings, and most of these carriages are going to have 2. We're going to need train casings for the train controls. No problem, put them towards the Minecraft multiplayer server. Thanks, Harry. Like I say, it's not something that I plan on doing soon, but if I knew that people were definitely going to join and there was going to be an audience for it, it's definitely something that I'd consider. Okay, here we go. Create new train. So, we are going to put down our first schematic. It's going to go right here. And there it is. So the bogies won't load. We'll have to place those down manually. But here's our first schematic. This is a Class 08 shunter, like this one here. Here's my little N-gauge version of it. So this is going to be the actual train itself. Then we got another schematic for the open truck and another schematic for the tanker. Do you make money, says Roman, from TikTok? I make a little bit, yeah. I occasionally get gifts, and I do have my Patreon members. Thank you very much, everyone who supports me over on Patreon. But not enough to make a living out of it. Not just from this. Okay, so there's the schematic. We're going to put this into the schematic cannon. And we're going to put a clipboard in, and that is going to tell us everything that we need. There we go. There's our list. Let's start gathering. I'm imagining train casings being like sausages. No, it's kind of the other way around, honestly, Marika. You place the train casing in the center, and then you build the train around it. So we're going to be using a lot of copycat blocks for this one, by the way, because there's going to be a lot of shapes that can't be achieved without copycat blocks. I've tried to make this as accurate as possible to the real thing. You can judge when it's finished. Okay, we need some andesite steps. We need 4 of those. Good. Blue loco metal. 4... Wait, is there some more? There's quite a lot of this. Now, loco metal... We'll leave the loco metal till last, because that's a whole separate thing to make. What about copycats? What copycats do we currently have? I'm just going to take them all out. Okay, we have no bytes. We need 34 of them. Oh, bytes are zinc. We need zinc for the... We don't have any zinc here. It's all in storage in the main factory, isn't it? Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, this is... I didn't even realize the machines ran out of diesel. We got no... The lift is out of order. Everything's out of order. I didn't even notice. The biodiesel tank's empty. We've run out. We've run out of biodiesel completely. Now hold on. There is a second tank on the middle floor, which may have some in it. It's empty. Oh my god, how did this happen? How did we completely run out? That means we're going to have to kickstart the machine. Do we have a canister of biodiesel? Thank god we do. Okay. It's not the end of the world. We've got an emergency canister. We can kickstart the machine with this. If we... Oh, but how are we going to get it in there? Okay, slight side slight side quest because we gotta. This is important stuff. Let me just borrow this. We'll pop that there. Canister there. Cogwheel there. And a hand crank. Why do we not have a hand crank? That's the kind of thing that we should have on us at all times for exactly this situation. Okay, here we go. We'll flick... Hold on. Flick this lever as well, so that the actual generator is working. Come on. Why is that not working? I always carry a hand crank. Well, I should do, Scotty Dog. It's very useful. Okay, let me try it here. It might be because we're pumping in the wrong place, maybe? Where's the canister gone? There we go. Aha! Okay, it's up and running again. That's going to start mixing straight away. And actually, I think we got some biodiesel. Yeah, we got some ethanol and plant oil in reserve, so it's going to start mixing biodiesel straight away, which is very good news. There we go. Okay, panic over. We've restarted the machine. Everything's back to normal. For now. We're probably still going to have problems here. There we go. Why are you not doing anything? Oh, the potatoes are all going for waste, aren't they? It'll be alright. It'll be alright. We are producing biodiesel again. That's the main thing. Okay, now, back to what we were doing. Side mission complete, exactly. Right, we needed zinc, didn't we? There we go. Let's get quite a lot of this. We'll go out this door. Shut up, Predator. You're always coming on here, trying to start something. Just give it a rest. Okay, we got the copycat bytes. 1 half panel and 11 panels. Half panel. Yep, we got those. 33 slabs. If I give you the impression that I'm hating, my apologies. Well, you are hating. You called me antisocial. There's no positive way to be antisocial. That is a negative thing to be. Copycat steps. Do we have any of those? We don't. We need to make 14 of them. Four framed glass, which we may already have. Lovely. Cross that off. We should start putting all of this stuff in a chest, by the way. Can we be friends, please? Yeah, if you stop calling me antisocial, for a start. Okay, slabs, panels. I'll just put all the copycat stuff in there. We don't actually need most of the copycat stuff. In fact, no. We don't need those, we don't need those, we don't need those. And we don't need those. How many copycat panels do we need? 11. Okay, yeah, we definitely don't need the rest then. Put them all in there. Okay, next thing on the list. Apart from the loco metal. Train controls, train doors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be 6 andesite casings. 6 train casings, sorry. At least. Okay, I think we'd best make some train casings. That seems like a priority for us right now. So we're going to need obsidian to make the sturdy sheets. We're going to need lava to deposit onto the obsidian. How much obsidian do we have? We got 1 single block. That's not going to be enough. We've already ground this 1 block like 8 times as well, so it really isn't going to have much left in it. But we can try. We can try and see how much we can get out of it. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. Okay, this is promising. There's 5. Can we get 1 more out of it? Ah, 6. We lost the obsidian, but we got exactly the amount of dust we needed. That's pretty good. I have to go now. Bye. Bye-bye, Horse Lover. Thanks for joining. Okay, now we need 6 buckets of lava. Well, 3 buckets of lava because we get 2. We get 2 out of each bucket. Okay, here we go. What's for tea, says Puddle? I'm actually having Chinese-style pork tonight. Two. Oh, that one's done. Wasn't paying attention. But yeah, Chinese, homemade Chinese for tea. We've got some pork in, some Chinese-style pork ribs. And Asda do this Chinese-style curry sauce, and it tastes exactly like the curry, like the kind of curry that you get from Chinese takeaways here in the UK. So what I normally do is I do some fat chips, you know, like big McCain's chips, with some Chinese-style curry sauce, a bit of rice, Chinese-style pork as well, and it's basically like having a Chinese, like you know the kind of Chinese that you get from a takeaway. It's basically like having that, but you make it yourself. It's really good. What are we doing? We need 2 train casings, 2 train controls, and 2 train doors. Okay. So it's a brass casing. Same for that, and same for the controls. Oh shit, we need precision mechanisms! Oh, we still haven't automated those. Hey Saul, how are you? I'm good, Stormtrooper, thank you very much. Might have to try that. You should, Puddle. Yeah, if you've got an Asda nearby, like I say, it's just called Chinese style curry sauce. It comes in like you know, like the 500 ml sauce jars that they do with like bolognese sauce or whatever. It's like that size jar, but it, like I say, it tastes exactly like Chinese takeaway curry sauce, which is really nice. I love a Chinese takeaway. I don't care how far removed it is from authentic Chinese cuisine. I love a good Chinese takeaway. A good old Great British Chinese takeaway. Okay, there's our train casings. How's your day going so far? Very good, Stormtrooper. We don't tolerate games like this, we need Farming Sim, says Alien Dog. I will be playing Farming Sim on Friday, Alien Dog, and I will be playing the new Saxlingham. I'll be starting my new series on Saxlingham, which I'm very much looking forward to. It's going to be so much fun. Do I at least get 2 doors from this, or is it gonna... Nope, it's 1-to-1. God, that's so expensive. Precision mechanisms, do we have any? We don't. How do I make precision mechanisms again? Small cogwheels, large cogwheels, and iron ingots? Iron nuggets. Iron nuggets. Okay, well that's not too bad then. What am I... Oh, it's a shaft. Sorry. God, I'm miles away now. I'm thinking about my tea now. There we go. And the iron nuggets. That's it. Okay, let's see if we can get ourselves 2 precision mechanisms. Or 3, ideally, if none of them break. Oh, we need... Right. I need to do these one at a time, because if I don't, it accidentally crafts something else that we don't want. No, I don't want to place it. Oh, fuck off. I hate making precision mechanisms. Just the most annoying recipe in Create. Next episode, I'm going to automate this. Next episode, I'm going to automate precision mechanisms, because we're going to need so many more of them now that we're getting onto trains. There we go. There's one. I've only got 1 gold sheet left. This better work. If this doesn't work, I'm going to be pissed. Come on. Yes! Oh, thank Christ. Okay, we got our 2 precision mechanisms. Now we need 2 levers. which are just sticks and cobblestone. Combine that with the precision mechanisms and the train casings. And there's our train controls, thank God. Okay, put those in there. Same with the train doors, cross them off the checklist. Okay, what next? Let's go with grey seats. They can't be too expensive, can they? Oh, literally just a slab and some grey wool. And we already have some grey wool. Lovely. Seat... no, slab, sorry. Oh wait, we got a slab in our backpack. That's one seat, but we need two of them. Where's Trucking Tuesday? No Trucking Tuesday this week, Robert. Next stream's going to be Minecraft, Farming Sim on Friday. We need to... Oh, we're going to need to make some light grey dye. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's spelt G-R-A-Y. It's the American version. Why is my game set to American English? Do I have ink? Are you joking? I can't make... It's black and white to make grey, obviously. Slab. There. Oh no, we need to dye the wool first. God, so many steps. Okay, 2 seats. Lovely. Check them off the list. It's pretty much just loco metal left now, which is very easy to make. Haven't said good afternoon to you today? You haven't, Callum. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Okay, 4, 20, 28, 34, 44, 52, 56, 56 loco metal we're going to need in total. Let's start with the 2 yellow. Thanks for following, Callum. Two yellow loco metal pillars we need, so I think we just do that in the stone cutter. Yep. Okay, check that off the list. And then the rest of it is all blue loco metal. 4 brass wrapped, 16 pillars. How do we make raw loco metal again? I always forget. Why won't you tell me? Is it iron? It might be iron ingots. Nope. Is it iron blocks? Oh yeah, no, it's loco as in locomotive, Marika. Oh, we do get 8 blocks per iron block though, so that's not too expensive. So we need 16 blue loco metal pillars. L-Train loco. Can you message me after the live? If you can message me if you want, Callum, sure. Then what was next? Six blue slashed loco metal. Okay, we're going to need more iron. This is all blue now. And for some reason won't stack. 8 blue loco metal smoke boxes. 4 blue brass wrapped loco metal. I think there's a different recipe for the brass wrapped ones. How are you doing, EJ? Welcome. Brass wrapped. Okay, so it's 8 of those around a brass ingot. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more iron. Let me just nip and grab some iron from our main storage in the factory. In fact, I think that'll probably be enough, to be honest. We're well on track. We've got an hour left. I am confident that we'll have a train running by the end of the stream. I don't know if we'll get all 3 carriages built, but we'll definitely get the engine itself built, which is a big step. Okay, brass ingot, surrounded by blue slashed loco metal. That's how we do it. What? Right. I don't know what's happened here, but for some reason, some of the loco metal has... Oh, some of it's slashed and some of it's riveted. Oh, I see. I was wondering why they wouldn't stack with each other. It's kind of hard to tell from the textures, like in the menu. There we go. Okay, now we've got the brass wrapped. Oop. Okay, then we need flat blue riveted. Which is very cheap. And 2 blue plated. Okay, we're very close now. We just need some of this striated concrete, which is a bit of a complicated recipe, but we'll get to that in a minute. We need caution wrap. Oh, we need 6 blue slashed loco metal as well. There we go, that's all the blue loco metal we're going to need. Okay. Let's do the caution wrap next. So this is from a mod called Blocks You Need. We're going to use it to do the warning stripes on the front of the loco, if I show you my my little model again. Actually, you can't see it that well on the model because it's got ladders up the sides, but these shunters have... oh, you can see it on the back. They've got the wasp stripes, the black and yellow emergency stripes. That's what we're going to use the caution wrap for. We need 12 of these, so let's say 4 of each item. 4 pig iron, which is just blasted iron. There we go. 4... Hold on. 4 yellow dye, 4 black dye, and 2 blocks of... 2 factory blocks, okay. Which is scorched stone surrounded by iron, and scorched stone is just re-smelted regular stone. Which is a problem, because if you re-smelt stone, it also turns into smooth stone. So how do I know we're going to get the right recipe here? There's no way to filter this. There's no way to filter on a depot, so it's might make the wrong thing. It did. It made the wrong thing. Can we smell it again? Nope, that destroyed it. Lovely. Okay, so how do we get... How else can we get scorched stone? Scorch cobble. The only way it says is to smelt regular stone. Maybe we'll have to do it in a regular old furnace, which I don't know if we've even got a furnace, because we do. Okay, we've not used an old school furnace for so long. But I think we might be able to set a recipe in this to make sure that we're getting the right output. No, doesn't look like it. Hey Saul, how are you today? I'm good, Danny, I'm good. Thank you very much. How are you? Okay, let's try it now. It still doesn't give us the option for scorched stone. So how do we make it? How are we supposed to make this? Because this is just going to make smooth stone again. Yeah, that just makes smooth stone again, which we don't need. This is the problem that you have with mods when you've got one recipe that can craft multiple things. My school just had a fire. Sorry to hear that, Husinator. Is there any other way we can get scorched stone? No. Do we have some? We might have some just by chance. We don't. What mod is this? The one that adds in the scorched stone is called Blocks You Need. It adds in hundreds of different decorative blocks. The one we're trying to craft right now is the scorched stone. Actually, it says we can use any kind of factory block, so... No, but we still need scorched stone, however we do it. Shit. I might have to cheat just for this one thing, because I don't think there's any way we can actually get scorched stone. Whenever we put stone in a smelter, it's always going to turn it into regular stone instead of scorched stone. There's no way to filter the recipe to make what we actually want it to make. So I think on this one occasion, we might have to cheat in just a couple of blocks of scorched stone, because it literally won't let us craft it legitimately. So here's what I'm going to do. Blocks you need. Oh god, we're never going to find it by scrolling, are we? I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna go to creative. I promise I'm only doing it for the sake of this scorched stone. I promise you, look, I'm gonna type in scorched stone, I'm gonna get 4 blocks of it, that's it, and then we're gonna go back to creative, then we're going to go back to survival and say no more about it. There is literally no other way that we could have gotten that block, because it won't let us filter the furnace to actually smelt it into what we needed it to be. But now that we got that, we can make factory blocks. We just need some black and yellow dye. I'm on the board. You are, Puddle. Yes, your name's on the board now. Congratulations. Thank you for being a Patreon supporter. And thank you everyone else as well. We've now got Kate, Jess, Riley, P, Charlie, Dan, and Amy. Thank you all very, very much. I love the hair, Saul. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you. You can't really see it much today because it's all behind me. But thanks all the same. Oh, we need the factory blocks as well, which are scorched stone surrounded by iron. Oh wow, that gives us quite a lot actually. That's reassuring. Not that. That. Okay, factory blocks. And same again. There we go, we got the caution wrap. Which means we're now very close to completing this checklist. We still need striated concrete. And then we need a Lincoln pin and a small buffer. Now, we might have Lincoln pins and small buffers already. We got one single Lincoln pin on a wooden headstock, which is useless to us actually. And what about buffers? We don't have any of those either. Okay, link and pin. A shaft, block of industrial iron, 4 iron sheets, and an iron nugget. More complicated recipes. Oh wait, not that. Saul, why did you time me out? Why do you think, George? Because you were spamming. I will accept many things in my comment section. I will accept any negativity. I really don't care. But one thing that I don't like is spam. I don't like spam in my comment section. People here... There are people here who actually want to talk. I don't like that being interrupted by people just spamming the same comments over and over again. Hopefully you understand. Oh, whoops. How do I... Ah, there we go. Screw link couplers. Where are my keys, says Puddle? What keys? Puddle. Is it Trucking Tuesday tomorrow? It isn't, Bruno, no. No Trucking Tuesday this week. Next stream is going to be Farming Sim on Friday. Your house keys. Oh, have you lost your keys? Damn. I'm sorry, Saul, hearing you talk about spam makes me think about Monty Python. I love Monty Python. Yeah, big Monty Python fan. Big Monty Python fan. Monty Python's legendary. I agree, Bruno. I've got all the films on DVD. My favourite... Personally, I really enjoy The Meaning of Life. That's I think that's like the most underrated one. It doesn't get enough attention. But I love The Meaning of Life. It's just so absurd and funny. But yeah, I've also got Life of Brian and... The Holy Grail on DVD. I'd love to get the TV series on DVD as well, Flying Circus, because I love the Flying Circus as well. Favorite one is the Holy Grail. I like the Holy Grail. Yeah, not my favorite, but I mean they're all good films, you know. Okay, I'm gonna leave the glue. We're gonna glue it manually. How do you feel about the tinned meat spam? I actually like spam. I actually do like spam, as in the meat product. I'm a big fan. I like a nice I like a nice fried slice of spam and chips. It's quite nice, honestly. I think spam gets a negative rep because it's literally like ration food from the Second World War, but it's so good. It just tastes really good. I don't care that it's an unholy abomination it's an abomination to animal kind. It tastes bloody good. Anyway, last thing we need to make is striated concrete, which is made with grey dye and regular old striated concrete. That's made with shale and gravel and bones. How do we get shale? With cobblestone and gravel and sand. Okay, lots more complicated recipes again, but it's nothing that we can't manage. What was I doing? Shale. Sand, gravel, and cobblestone. There we go. And can we make a bit more of that? There we go. Okay, then to make that into striated concrete. Sorry for sticking my finger in my ear. Spam fried rice. Oh, spam and fried rice is gorgeous. Honestly, you've just unlocked a childhood memory there, Marika, because my nan, she always used to cook. Whenever I went round to stay at my nan's for the night, she always used to cook egg fried rice with spam. Like really, she used to dice the spam up into like really tiny cubes. So spam and egg fried rice was like a staple food of my childhood. God, it's been so long since I had it as well, but genuinely, what a memory. Good times, good times. Love it in a special fried rice. I'm a big fan of egg fried rice. Me, I love egg fried rice. And then gravel. There we go. Striated concrete. Lovely. How much do we need? Less than a stack, so we've already got enough. And then we need some grey wool, some grey dye. Sorry, we've got one piece of grey dye. Wait, is it grey? Yeah, it is grey. Dye. And white dye from bone meal. Making myself hungry, says Marika. Yeah, it's funny that we should be on the subject of Chinese, because as I mentioned earlier, I am having Chinese tonight. Homemade Chinese. Okay, we're going to need a little bit more black dye. I'm going to sleep. I'm paranoid that a creeper's going to show up. I'm going to sleep. Okay, there we go. 56 grey striated concrete. Okay, we need 17 slabs and 8 stairs. There we go. We now have everything we need to build a train. It's train time, everybody. Let's take our... Oh, I shouldn't have done it this way. I'm going to have to manually lumber this all the way over to where we're building now. But we are going over to our train assembly area, and we are going to build one of these. We're going to build this. We're going to build our little Class 08 shunter. I don't know if we'll get time today to build the 2 wagons that are going to go with it, but we'll see. We'll see. If we do build those, we are going to need more obsidian to make the train casings, so it looks like a nether trip might be on the cards, which I don't enjoy, but sometimes it's a case of needs must. Goodbye, I hate this guy, says George on YouTube. Goodbye, George. Thank you very much. Oh, you're not leaving? I mean, good. I kind of thought you were leaving because you said goodbye. That kind of implied that you were going to stop watching the stream. But you're still here, I noticed. Okay, chest down. Oh, gunpowder. We got 1 piece of gunpowder. I don't know if that'll fuel it for the whole thing, but we'll see. Here we go. We're building a train. A train is being assembled. Oh, it's beautiful. I can't wait for you to see it when it's done. If you're in the Discord server, I did post a screenshot of it in the Minecraft channel. But it's nothing compared to actually seeing it in the flesh, you know. Look at it go. And this should be ready to run. Like, I'll need to put some glue on it, but it should be ready to run pretty much as is. This is one of my favourite locos, by the way, the 08 shunter, which is why I wanted to build it for this map, for this game. There it is. It's done. And just for reference, once again, here's the real thing. Here's what the actual Class 08 shunter looks like. I'm holding it up to the camera now. And you can see the similarity. You can see how close it is. You can see how accurate it is. Not to blow my own horn, but I think I've outdone myself, to be quite honest. I think I've done a pretty good job. And it should be, once we've applied a bit of glue, it should be ready to drive. So, we're going to put a bit of glue in this corner. And we're going to take it up to here. Oh, wait. There we go. Should be ready to run. Very accurate, Saul. Thank you, Morgan. I don't mess around when it comes to trains. Now, are you ready to see it in action? Let's hop aboard. Oh, wait. Hang on. We didn't actually press assemble on the train station. We need to place this where the front bogie is, which is... There's actually an invisible bogie at the front here. Oh, actually, the invisible bogies might not have been placed down. Let's put it here and see what happens. Create new train. Oh, that has worked. That has worked. Okay. Oh, frontmost bogie must be at station marker. It is. Oh no, we need to put the station 1 block further forward than the actual train is assembled, right? Assembly failed, bogie must... Right. I'm confused. So is there a missing bogie? There must be. Yeah, because these two are green where the bogies are there, but there isn't a green here. I mean, we could assemble it from the other end, but that means that technically the front of the train is going to be this side, which is actually the back of the shunter, but there we go, it's built. Oh, shit, I've accidentally started driving it. Get off. I have MC on my tablet, and I keep meaning to refresh myself on everything, so definitely enjoy watching. Thanks, Morgan. Damn, that's a good-looking train. Thank you, Marika. Let's actually drive it. Let's see it in action. It doesn't have great visibility out of the front, but then again, the real thing doesn't either. It has much better visibility out of the back when you're driving cab forward. But here it is. Here is the British Rail Class 08 shunter. And here it goes. We will get a driver for this as well, so it will be automated. It's based on an IRL train. It is, Marika, yes. I've got a model of it right here. This is the train that it's based on. And I think I've done a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. And here it is, in the factory. It's collided with the buffers there slightly. We're going to need to rejig the actual factory area to fit the whole thing in, because this is going to have two wagons. So it's going to have a truck like this one, a little flat open wagon to transport the iron ore, and it's also going to have a little tanker like this one to transport the biodiesel. So we're going to try and build those today as well. Did you make this mod? No, Marika, no. This is not my work. This is an incredible mod. I forget the name of the development team, but it's a fantastic mod called Create Steam and Rails, which is an expansion to the main Create mod. And it is absolutely fantastic. What I really want, though, is I want to get a driver on it, because I want to be able to actually see it driving, like on its own, without us controlling it. Which means we're going to need to make a conductor's cap, or actually two conductor's caps. The thing with the way these work is you have to have a driver at both ends for it to be able to drive in both directions. So we're going to have to put a driver in both of these seats. And to make a driver, you need to make a conductor's cap. Can we add cars? You can simulate cars, yes, because you can make invisible rails. So the rails themselves are invisible. So you could lay those down on top of like a black concrete road, and it would look like the train driving on it is driving on the road. So you can definitely make cars. They're not the most accurate, but you can simulate cars. Oh, we need more precision mechanisms. Okay. Okay, let's head back to base. Thanks for following, Louis. This is only half speed, by the way. It can go twice as fast as this, but it's not very realistic for this particular train. This thing had a top speed of I think 35 in real life, so don't want to be too unrealistic about it. You'll also notice I didn't really pay much attention to building the inside, so it's kind of just completely hollow in here. The great thing is it doesn't actually need an engine or fuel or anything. It just drives. You don't need to put any actual power in it. Oh, I need gold. I need to be back inside the factory. We need to make more gold sheets because we need to make more precision mechanisms. Let's get 4 of those. Okay, we've only got half an hour left. I don't know if we're actually going to get time to build the other wagons today, which is a real shame. Is this the... biodiesel plant? Why have I got that schematic in my bag? The open truck. That's the one we need next. Okay. God, my bag's really full as well, again. And then make some of these into large cogwheels. There we go. And have we got iron nuggets? We have. Okay, let's see if we can make a couple more precision mechanisms then. Don't forget you need to do them one at a time, Saul. Oh, thanks for the rose, Charlie, by the way. I didn't know you were here. How you doing? How do you play this, says Team Adden. You can download the mod pack from the Minecraft channel on the Discord server. One sec. There's about 100 mods in it, so it might take a little bit of getting used to, you know, getting to grips with everything. But it's a lot of fun once you get going with it. What's the mod? Once again, there's about 100 mods, so there's a few too many for me to just list off the top of my head. But mainly, I'm using Create and Add Astra. And then lots of other little bits and pieces as well. Incendium, Nullscape, Terralith, Farmer's Delight, Backpacks, Gravestones, Waystones, loads and loads of stuff. Okay, we're also going to make a whistle. People, don't help with letting people who are not welcome here. You didn't vote reform, so it's all your fault, Sual. Sorry. That wasn't English, George. That was not a coherent English sentence. I genuinely don't know what you were trying to say there, but that was just complete word salad, my friend. Okay, there's the conductor's whistle. And then we need a couple of poppies, because we need the red dye. These are going to make the conductor's hats. Oh no, they're not. We need to deploy these onto red wool with string. Saw it in half. Right, so we need 2 blocks of red wool. We need to cut them, then deploy the precision mechanisms, then deploy string. Deploy the precision mechanism. Deploy the string. There we go. We've made a conductor's cap. Now we need to make another one because the train needs to have 2 drivers, one for driving forwards and one for driving backwards. There we go. Now all we need to do is combine these with andesite casings, and we are going to make the cutest little train drivers you've ever seen. Are you ready? Here they are! There they go! They're like little andesite golems. So we can pick these guys up, we can carry them about, we're going to take them over to the train, and they're going to drive it. These guys are going to drive the train. Let's do it, let's take them. Don't wander. I don't think they can actually walk. Like they can, I don't think they can just wander around. So I don't think we need to worry about them wandering off. But I want to keep them both within my sight, just in case. Okay. Now, getting them into the seats of the train is actually quite a difficult thing to do, so it might get a bit fiddly here. Okay, there's one. Reform UK? What are you even trying to say, George? You trying to tell me you're a Reform voter? I figured out you were a Reform voter when you couldn't string together a coherent English sentence. You don't have to tell me you're a Reform voter. I could have guessed. Like, I'm not being funny, but the comment that you previously left, I'm reading the comment directly here, guys. So over on YouTube, George Slater said, "People like don't help with letting people who are not welcome here. You didn't vote Reform." That's not a sentence. That means nothing. Okay, we might actually have a bit of trouble getting this guy into the driver's seat because the train controls are in the way. Can we... thanks for following, Jess. Is there any way to put the conductors in natively? I think you might be able to put them in before you build the train, because before the train's built, these are all individual blocks that you can interact with, but once you've built the train, the whole train is like one single entity, so you can't just click on it like you could with a block. But yeah, it looks like they're in there now. Ooh. He's on the seat, but it doesn't look like he's quite on the seat. You know what I mean? He's a little bit... As long as he can drive the train, that's the main thing. So what we need to do now is if we right-click on these guys with the whistle... No, we right-click on... Use on a conductor riding a train. Okay. There we go. We've bound the whistle. This whistle now controls the train. So what we can do is we can go anywhere. We can go to any bit of train track. We can click on it with the whistle. And the train will come towards it. It didn't move, I notice. Why didn't it move? It is because this guy's not sitting down properly. I thought it might be. Okay. What we're going to have to do is... We're going to take the train back. I hope he doesn't fall out. We're going to take the train back to the rail yard where we've got a bit more space to work on it. I'm going to disassemble the train and then seat them down and then rebuild it. And then both of them should snap to the seats correctly. This looks complicated. It is, Jess. But don't worry, you get the hang of it. You get the hang of it. Oh shit. Skeletons. Does anyone, if anyone's ever streamed on YouTube, is there a way to block people on YouTube? Because for some reason I can mute George for 24 hours, but I can't, like, there doesn't seem to be an option to just block him completely. I don't want to be manually muting him for 24 hours every time I do a YouTube stream, because he's quite clearly the kind of person who's going to come back every single live stream I do just to troll me for 3 hours. And there must be a way to just completely block him so that he doesn't come back. Do you want me to report him? It's okay, Morgan. I'll figure it out. There we go. Okay, they're both sat down now. Right. Fingers crossed. Let's try this again. It's working! It's working! Yes, look at that! Oh, we've done it. We've done it. Okay, let's head back to base. We're going to summon it to the actual factory. Tap on their message in the live chat, then select the option to block them. It doesn't give me that option on YouTube. Like I say, it gives me the option to put him in timeout for 24 hours. But on the YouTube chat, it doesn't give me the option to... Like, I can't see an option to block. On the 3 dots if you're on PC. Still not seeing it. It doesn't matter anyway. I'll figure it out later. Google AI has failed us. Well, I never trusted it anyway, honestly. Okay, here we go. We're about to summon the train from all the way over at our rail yard to the factory. Here we go. Maybe I have to click on his profile. Yeah, maybe. I'll figure it out later. Don't worry. Look at that. That's going way too fast. I think the speed control reset itself. I only want it to be going at half its max speed, because that feels like an accurate speed for this loco. There we go. You can write instructions for the trains as well, so we're not going to be manually going back and forth and clicking on the track every time in future. We're gonna have instructions that tells the train to repeat a process, like go to the iron mine, then come back, then go to the iron mine, then come back. But there we go. Since when do they have trains in Minecraft, says Kevin. This is a mod, Kevin, called Create Steam and Rails. Fantastic mod that lets you build some really cool trains. Now, I'm wondering if we're going to have time to build the open wagon. Can you drive the train? We can, yes. We're not driving it at the minute, but we were driving it a little bit earlier. At the minute, we've got some NPC drivers. Because we are looking to automate this. We are looking to have this drive about wherever we need it to go on its own. Okay, I've turned down the max speed. Let's see if it looks a bit more realistic this time when it comes along. Because it just felt like it was going too fast before. Oh, I've dropped my coaster. Oh, there it is. Okay. Please don't call me Kevin, it's Calvin. Okay, here we go again already. If your name was Calvin, then your username would be Calvin, not Kevin. It's always the YouTube chat, genuinely. I've only been on YouTube for a short while in terms of streaming. But it's always the YouTube chat that's just full of spam nowadays. The TikTok chat's actually pretty quiet these days, really. YouTube chat's the Wild West, says Marika. Honestly, it really is. Okay, but anyway, we are now going to build the... Well, we're going to try and build the flat truck. Whether we'll have time to build it or not, I'm not sure, but we will see. Oh. There it is. So it's basically here's the real wagon that it's going to be based off. A little open truck, which is going to have barrels in it, and the barrels is going to be how we actually transport the iron ore. The iron ore will be carried in the barrels. It's also not actually on the track right there, so. There we go. Let's pop that in the schematic cannon and get a list of what we need. Are you able to have mods like on here? You can have mods on YouTube, yeah. I don't really have enough viewers on YouTube to have moderators yet, though. Like, I barely have any YouTube audience. To be quite honest, the only reason that I stream on YouTube is because it's easier than uploading the streams after I've streamed them on TikTok. Which is what I used to do. I used to... Every day after the stream, I would have to download the YouTube... I'd have to download the TikTok stream and then repost it onto YouTube. But yeah, it would be nice to have a bigger audience on YouTube, so by all means, do give the YouTube channel some love. Thank you, Morgan, for following over there. Okay, we're going to need 2 copycat boards and 30 copycat half panels. Well, we got the boards. We don't have the half panels. We'll have to go back to base for those. But there's actually not many things we need for this one. We do still need 4 more train casings, which means we are going to have to get some obsidian. The stream might end up overrunning a little bit, but I'm determined to get this built before the end of the stream because it's really cool. I really want to see it in action. Because I was debating when it came to transporting materials, like materials that are transported in chests and barrels, I was debating what the best way to do that would be. Whether I wanted to have a box wagon or do a shipping container based wagon. But I decided that an open truck looked a little bit... It just suited the smaller engine a little bit more, because we are obviously using quite a small shunting engine to actually transport all this stuff. But we'll see. We'll see how it looks when it all comes together. For how many barrels did we need? 10. Oh, I didn't want to make a trapdoor or a pressure plate. Okay, 10 barrels made. 30 copycat half panels. Wait, we got 19 of those. I thought we didn't have any. I must have miscounted, or just not noticed that we actually did have them. I'm going to sleep real quick as well. We need more striated concrete, which we might still have from last time. We've still got 33 of these. We only need 14, so we'll keep those. We need 2 portable storage interfaces, 30 loco metal, and then the train casings. That is unbelievably cheap. And I think we're just using standard loco metal for this. Riveted loco metal. Yeah, that's just your bog standard. So we got that. 2 portable storage interfaces, and then the train casings. What's everyone having for tea, says Puddle. I know I say this a lot, but I'm nosy. Well, as I've already said, I'm having my Chinese-style pork with some Chinese-style curry. What's everyone else having? Anything good? Oh my god, I didn't realise how much flint we got. Jesus. Oh. I need to clean up my backpack really badly. What do I need? Oh, thanks for the heart, me, Jess. What do I need? I've forgotten. Storage interface. Chute and andesite casing. Okay, we've got those. Thanks for following Japan for Life. Marika on Twitch. I've leftover Dominoes for later. Nice one. Honestly, sometimes leftover pizza just hits. It just hits the spot, you know. I love Japan. So do I, Japan for Life. As you can probably see, got my map of Japan on my bedroom door there. I'm a bit of a Japanophile as well. I've been learning Japanese for about 10 years now. Not that I'm very fluent. It's been on and off, you know. But I do love Japan. I've always wanted to go to Japan. And I've probably told the story before on TikTok about how I almost went to Japan in 2020, but then COVID happened and I couldn't go. And my dreams were shattered and I became a broken husk of a person. But that was a long time ago. I'm better now. I'm feeling great about my life now. I'm joking. That sounded sarcastic, but no, things are pretty good. Things are pretty good. It's, you know, everyone has things in life that they regret, you know, things that, you know, I wish it could have gone this way, but never mind. It is what it is. I missed my opportunity. I'd still like to go. If the opportunity comes again, it's definitely something that I want to do. But yeah, it's just a shame that I missed the opportunity the first time round, you know. Anyway, we need some obsidian. And I think we're going to go and steal it from the nether portal up top, because we don't actually need it. We got one back at base. So let's go to Japan. I'd love to, Marika. I would love to. Wait, is there even any... There might not be any obsidian left up there. I might have already mined it all. I'm not at school tomorrow. Nice one, Callum. Me neither. But I haven't been at school for the last 5 years, so that's less impressive. Where is the nether portal? I've lost it. Oh, it's there. Oh, so yeah, we have already removed all the obsidian. There's none left, not a block. I mean, we can make some with lava and water. Bit of an inconvenience, but... how much are we going to need? Let's say 4 blocks. Just dig a little hole here. And then a bucket of lava. No, what, but, what? How do you make obsidian? That's right, isn't it? That's the correct. You pour lava onto still water, right? What? How did that not work? What do you mean? Is it lava then water? That makes cobblestone though, right? Let me try it this way. Let me try and put the lava straight on top. Nope, that makes stone. But if we put water on top of lava... Oh, it is water on top of lava. I'm just an idiot then who forgot which way it was. My bad, my bad. Sorry, Puddle, sorry for doubting you. Oh, I've got water that I need to get rid of now. Nope. Lava first. And one more. I had a moment like that today. Saw a girl I sort of dated pre-pandemic. The pandemic kind of killed it a little bit, but who knows if I still would have come out of that relationship if that relationship had happened. From that perspective, I can't regret the relationship. Don't happen because of all I've done and overcome since, and who I am now. Yeah, honestly, Marika, I kind of feel like that sometimes. Like, I feel like there are certain moments in my life where things could have gone so differently, you know, and potentially even they could have gone in a direction where I didn't even come out as transgender. Like, a really good example is when I went to university, because university was really the first time that I ever met trans people. It was the first time I ever got to know trans people face to face, you know, IRL. And most of my friends today are people who I met while I was at university. And I just sometimes I wonder, you know, if I hadn't gone to that university at that specific time, how different would my life have been? Like, because I went to Bath Spa University, but I could have gone to Sheffield Hallam. Sheffield Hallam was one of my other choices, and sometimes I just think, you know, it could have so easily gone the other way. I could have just, on a whim, said, you know, I'm going to go to Sheffield University instead, and my life would be completely different. I'd be a completely different person. It's weird to think how those decisions can completely alter the course of your life, you know. I don't, you know, I'm happy with the decisions that I made. I'm glad that I did go to Bath Spa University, and I'm so glad to know the people that I know and to be the person that I am. But it's almost scary to think, you know, if I'd have made a different choice, the person that I am today wouldn't exist. There'd be a completely different person here, you know. It's wild. Things change so suddenly. True, Puddle. I was in a horrible relationship in lockdown in a tiny flat. Now I'm getting married to someone different with a house and son. That is incredible, Puddle. I'm so glad to hear that. When lockdown happened, I was staying with my parents. But because I'm the oldest of 5 kids, and they were all also staying with my parents in the lockdown, it was a very cramped situation. There were like 6 or 7 people crammed into a little 3-bedroom house, like a terraced house as well. It was really cramped. It wasn't the best time. I think for a lot of people, I don't think it's controversial to say that for a lot of people, lockdown was a pretty awful time, you know. But I'm glad to hear that you got out of that situation, that you're in a better place now, you know. And I think I am as well. I'm in a much better place now than I was in the pandemic, and even pre-pandemic as well. I loved university. I do think it was some of the best, you know, some of the best years of my life. But I didn't come out until after university, so I can definitely say, you know, I'm even happier now than even back then, right? I think that if I did have one single regret about university, it's that I wish I'd came out sooner. I wish I was out as a trans person while I was at university. But it's a small regret, you know, it's a very small thing. I get to be who I am now. It doesn't matter how late I came to that realization. The point is I came to it. Sooner or later. Oh, this one's not finished. If the pandemic had never happened, I probably would never have come out, says Marika. Honestly, I think you might be able to say the same about me as well, to be honest, because like I say, before the pandemic happened, I was planning on moving to Japan. When I finished university, I was going to get I applied for a teaching job in Japan, which was actually accepted. Like I was literally in the process of applying for a work visa when the lockdown happened. So literally, I was just a couple of weeks away from moving to Japan and spending a year of my life teaching English in Japan. Who knows if You know, who knows how differently things would have gone if that actually happened? You know, would I still be in Japan now teaching English? Would I still be a cis man? You know, would I not have realized that I was transgender? It's just so crazy to me to think about how, you know, how differently things could have gone, and you can't even speculate. Like, you have no idea if things would have been the same or if they would have been different. You know, you can't ever know how things might have gone if you'd gone the other way, right? Which is so bizarre to me that you'll just never know. Lockdown actually helped in a way because I changed a lot with testosterone, so it kind of helped my transition, but I had been out for like 5 years. That's interesting, Morgan. How do you mean... How do you mean that lockdown helped you because of testosterone? I'm sorry if that came across as a rude question. I'm just curious. But I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that a lot of trans people in the last few years have come out during lockdown. I think there's definitely a correlation there, but I think it's because people... I think it's because of the lockdown, right? I think it's because people spent so long locked up at home with just their own thoughts for company. You know, when you're in that kind of situation where you can't leave the house for months and months and months, you kind of just sit down and start self-reflecting, you know. So it makes perfect sense that, you know, if you lock someone up for 6 months and tell them that they can't leave the house, eventually they might learn things about themselves because there's nothing else to do, you know. Very interesting, probably because you were forced to think about it. Exactly, Puddle. Like, the thing is, I think, I do think that I would have come out eventually, but lockdown kind of helped speed it up because, again, you kind of forced into that self-reflection. Like, I could have gone another 10 years before I figured it out, right? Or I could have figured it out in a year or two. You know, we'll never know for sure. But I do believe that lockdown contributed to it, you know? Not contributed in the sense that I'm trans because of lockdown. You know, I'm not saying that, but in the sense that it helped me to get to the realization a little bit quicker than I might have done otherwise. How's you today? I'm good, STFC. How are you doing? You've joined us in a deep philosophical conversation, actually, which I appreciate. Honestly, I love these kind of conversations. I wish we could have more of this kind of conversation on my lives, because this is what I'm here for. You know, this is the kind of conversation that I really live for when I do these kind of streams. You know, I'm here to have these kind of chats. The game's really just here for background, you know, interest while we're actually talking, right? So this is great. Keep it up. What time do you start today? We started about 10 past today. We are going to be finishing up in just a few minutes. I only came out of lockdown with a nap addiction. Honestly, valid, Puddle. Small cogwheels, large cogwheels, and iron nuggets. Okay, we are nearly ready to assemble the truck now. I had a huge break from my family because of the pandemic. It gave me the time and space to really grow into myself. I first came out as bi, then as I got more comfortable I realised I was trans. There's no way my family would have supported that, and it's been a struggle with them since. But without that fracture I never would have come out. That's interesting, Marika. The Discord will be good to discuss further. Yeah, we have a queer discussion channel in the Discord that's never been used. But this would be a perfect conversation for over there. Because I really, you know, I think we should encourage people to share their coming out stories. I think it goes a long way to helping people to understand. And that's always been my big thing about this TikTok channel and what I do on social media. First and foremost, my goal has always been to help people to understand. That's always been what this is all about. So conversations like this are instrumental in that kind of thing. You know, conversations like this really help, especially for people who are less knowledgeable about trans people and about the trans experience. Hearing these stories really helps to helps you to gain more of an understanding, which is very important. So it's very, very much appreciated. Thank you everyone for the conversation. It is very much appreciated. Hi mate, how's your day? I support the trans. Thank you, Predator. My day's very good. Thank you. I'm definitely enjoying the conversation to learn more. Thank you, Puddle. That just means that we're doing it right, you know? We're very philosophically different, religiously and politically. I've always been the black sheep, but honestly, I've never been more proud of it. Honestly, wear it as a badge of honor, Marika. I'm quite lucky that my family, for the most part, we've all got fairly similar political views. I think I'm definitely further left than most members of my family, but I wouldn't call any of them right-wingers either. You know, I think we're all sort of in general agreement about most things. But then there's a couple of things where I maybe lean a little bit further left than they would be comfortable with. My family's all conservative and I'm a leftist. Oh, it must be hard, Marika. But, you know, that situation has made you who you are, you know? That's really how I've always looked at difficult situations like that. Like, I not to use the old cliched character building, but it is character building, you know? The person you are today is because of both the good things and the bad things, you know? So, I appreciate it's probably not the nicest situation to be in, but, you know, you wouldn't be who you are today without it, right? My dad cut off his mate of 40 years because he made fun of a trans waitress. We love Mark. That is really nice to hear, honestly. We need to normalize just completely cutting people off when they have super bigoted beliefs, you know? At the end of the day, political disagreement is one thing, but when someone's point of view is so fundamentally different to your own that it becomes hostile, there's never going to be any common ground. You know, at that point you just have to say, you know what, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you anymore. This relationship ends here. Okay, let's build. Okay, this one, I'm really looking forward to this one. This one looks so cool. I'm so proud of this. So once again, here's the actual truck that it's based on. A little open truck. And here's the one that's being built right now. It's so cute. It's so cute. Look at it. I love it. It's so tiny. This is so cute. This is unbelievably cute. And it's really small. It's only, I mean, technically it's like 5 by 7, but I wouldn't count these little sticky out bits as full blocks. Realistically, it's only 3 by 5 blocks. But all of these chests, all of these barrels are actually functional barrels. So when the train is built, we'll still be able to interact with these barrels, which means we're going to use this to transport the iron ore from our mining drills to the factory. That's the plan. Adorable. Thank you. Thank you, Puddle. Oh, shit. Okay, that's assembled. So, we're not going to be able to build the tanker today because we're already 10 minutes over, but we'll build the tanker next time. One more thing I do want to build, though, is the coupler, so we can actually connect these together. We need a train casing, redstone dust, and an iron plate. They're not too expensive, so we should be able to whip one of those up without too much issue. God, what a great stream it's been, honestly. The conversation's been great. I've enjoyed the actual game. We've got quite a lot done with building the trains and the rail network. Just an all-round great live stream. Thank you, everyone, for today. Right, I'm going to go and grind some more obsidian. How are we doing for diesel, by the way? Oh, look at that. It's already half full again. It's only been on for an hour. That's what I like to see. That is very much what I like to see. We're not mixing, though. Why is there no mixing going on? Because we're not producing ethanol. Why are we not producing ethanol? We are now. It's always these. We need to do something to sort these out. Hi, Horse Lover. How are you doing? Yeah, we need to do something to sort out the distilling machines because they're really letting us down at the minute. Let's make some more of these. We're going to need a lot of train casings. We might as well make some extras for future use. In case you missed it, Horse Lover, we've built our first train and our first... we've built our first engine and our first wagon. We're currently building a coupler to connect them together, and then that's going to be it for today's stream. Okay, grab some more lava. Love the stream. Thanks, Dagger. Yeah, honestly, it's been a good one. It's been a quiet one, but the conversation has more than made up for it. I've really, really enjoyed it today. I'll probably watch the full stream over on YouTube later. That's what I do when I miss streams. Thank you, Horse Lover. It's good to know that somebody actually does watch the streams after the fact, because sometimes I do feel like, you know, what's the point in uploading the streams on YouTube? Does anyone actually watch them after I've streamed? So it's nice to hear that people do actually watch the VODs. It's been a good one as well. There's been some good conversation. We've had a lot of discussion about lockdown, about transition coming out. It's been a really good, really lively conversation today. Which, again, is always greatly appreciated. Can't imagine this kind of conversation on Farm Sim Friday. No, no. On Farm Sim Friday, it's just going to be a load of people calling me a bloke. I guarantee that that's going to be 90% of the chat on Friday. Because it always is whenever I play Farming Sim. Okay, and then redstone and an iron sheet. Did you study game design? I did, Hayden, yes. I have a second class honours, BSc, in computer science with a specialisation in game design. And I know everyone says this, but I was genuinely so close to a first. I know everyone who gets a second class degree, they always say, oh, I was so close to getting a first, but I genuinely was. I was like 0.2% off getting a first. In fact, one of my lecturers even encouraged me to get my dissertation remarked, because it could make the difference and it could end up going higher. But I didn't want to risk it getting marked down as well, because whenever you get a paper remarked, there's always a chance that you could end up with a worse grade. And I didn't want to risk it. I just thought, I'll take the 2-1. It's good enough for me. Maybe it could have been a first if it was regraded, but I'm happy with the 2-1. A degree's a degree, you know. I got a degree. That's what matters. Button? Do we not have any buttons? There we go. Oh, actually, we could do this with a pressure plate, couldn't we? That's awesome. I've just started my first day at college for level 3 game design. Nice one, Hayden. Have fun with it. It is a lot of fun. I mean, making games is just such a fun thing to do. You know, that's the kind of job that I want to be doing in real life, because that is my dream job, just making video games. It's so fun. It can be tedious as well, you know. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. It can, you know, when you're spending sleepless nights working on a game and it just doesn't work the way that you want it to. It can get to you, but that is really what I want to be doing. That is my dream line of work, honestly. Oh my god, my backpack's actually full. I never thought I'd see the day. It might be time for a netherite backpack, folks. Okay, last thing I want to do before we finish is connect these two trains together. So all we're going to do is place down our coupler. Requires both track points to be occupied. Hold on, do I need to go a block further back? Or further forwards, sorry. None, unnamed train. Turn this down to 4. That is occupied, though. Unnamed train. Okay. So that's definitely the right spot for that one. But it's still saying that train 1 is unnamed. 3, 2... That's weird. Why is it... Unnamed train. This is bizarre. Why is it not letting me connect? The center of the bogey should be aligned over the coupler track point. Yeah, that's what I've done. Let me just sleep real quick because it's getting dark. I'm sorry we've overrun by so much, by the way. I really am going to be finishing up as soon as I've figured this out. I'm going to hop off. Good chatting. See you later. So thank you, Marika. Thank you very much for joining. It's been lots of fun. It's been great talking to you as well. Thank you so much. Coupling and decoupling. Okay. 3. 5. Why is that? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Why is that? I will figure this out. Just give me a minute. No, but the station's not idle. There's a train here. There's a train here. There's a train in the station. What do you mean? Okay, you move out of the way for a minute. Has Saxlingham come to console yet? It hasn't yet, Horse Lover, as far as I'm aware. There we go. Okay, disassemble train. The problem is we didn't put an invisible bogie at the back here. There we go. Okay, now reassemble. Too many bogies attached. Oh, for fuck's sake. Of course there's too many bogies attached. I mean, I guess we should break this one, the second one. And then move this back to here. Okay, that doesn't have one bogie. That has 2 bogies. Frontmost station tray. It is. It is. I don't understand what I've done wrong here. There's a bogey there. It's on a boat. I can't get that out. Okay. Well, this ended up taking way longer than it was supposed to, but it must be facing the same direction. Okay, turn this around then. Doesn't really matter. And go. Why are they not connecting? Okay, I'm getting... Oh, they are connected. Okay, but for some reason they're not... It isn't showing the actual connection between them that it's supposed to show. Okay, it's good enough for today. I'll do some troubleshooting behind the scenes. The point is, it's kind of working. It's kind of half working. If I just call the train here. You can see it in action. No suitable path to the next station. Of course not. Of course not. You stupid fucking idiot. Okay. Well, in the end, it ended up getting a little bit tedious, but we have done it. I'm going to head over to the factory now. We're going to call the train one last time, and that's where we're going to leave it for today. I'm very happy with what we've built. I think we've done a pretty good job, but we still need to do the tanker, and we still need to figure out the connection issues, because for some reason there's no visible coupling between the trains, which there should be, so I'll try and figure that out. Okay, here we go. Let's call the train. Let's watch it roll in. It's going to be coming in at double speed again because I forgot to turn down the speed controller. But here it comes. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm very happy with it. I am very, very happy with it. We didn't get a chance to build the tank today, but we've built the truck and we've built the engine itself, and they look pretty damn good. Next week we'll build the tank, and hopefully we'll build the rest of the line as well, so we can actually start using this train to transport some materials for us. So there we have it. There's our Class 08 shunter and our open truck. That is where we're going to leave things for today. I'm going to switch over to the big cam just to sum things up, but thank you very much everyone for joining. It's been a lot of fun. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me just do this. There we go. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. It's been a wonderful stream. I hope you have enjoyed. I've really enjoyed this one, honestly. Sorry, just give me a second. Yeah, I've really enjoyed this one. This has been a lot of fun. The game, obviously, you know how much I love Minecraft, and the conversation has been incredible as well. It's been so much fun to chat with you all on various topics. I've had a really wonderful time, and we are now at 7399 followers, so we're one away from 7.4k. I don't think we're going to get that last follower today, but you never know. Either way, it's been incredible. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you very, very much for joining, everybody. The next live stream is going to be Farming Sim on Friday. There may be a video coming out on Thursday. Depends if I can get it finished in time. But I would really like to do a video because it's been over a month now since my last video. So keep your eyes out on Thursday for a video. Farming Sim on Friday. And then on Sunday, we'll be playing more Abe's New and Tasty again. If you have enjoyed but you haven't already followed, please do. And if you want to subscribe or follow over on YouTube and Twitch, please do that as well. It is very much appreciated. If you want to join the Discord server and chat to me and keep up to date with when I go live and just generally, you know, be a part of the community, then there's a link for that in my bio and about section as well. You can check me out on Instagram and Blue Sky if you want. I don't really post anything over there, but you can check them if you want anyway. And of course, if you would like to support me financially, please do consider checking out the Patreon. We got a new name on the board today, Amy Morgan, aka Puddle. Thank you very, very much. And thank you to my other Patreon supporters as well. Kate, Jess, Riley, P, Charlie, Dan, and Amy. Thank you all so, so much for supporting me over there. If you want to get your name on this board, check out the link in my bio. It only costs £1 a month. You get access to behind-the-scenes content, and you'll be supporting me in what I do here on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you all very much, everyone. That is where we are going to leave it for today. Let me just pop that back there. Very sorry, JR2, you have joined right at the end of the stream. I'm very sorry to say. Nice to see you, but we are literally just finishing up. I've been live for almost 3.5 hours, so I'm very sorry. Thank you for joining, but this is where we're going to be leaving it. I'm going to be live again on Friday for Farming Sim, and on Sunday we're going to be playing some more new and tasty. So I'll see you around for those. See you, STFC. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye on TikTok. Bye-bye on YouTube. Bye-bye on Twitch. Thank you, Rob1997, for being my 7,400th follower. It's very nice of you. Let's keep going to 8K, maybe in a month or two. But thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. I'm going to go make my tea now. I've got some Chinese-style pork ribs just, waiting for me. Waiting to get in my belly. So I'm going to go and whip those up now and have myself a nice tea. So that's it. I'll see you on Friday. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.